Hi, everybody, and I'm so glad you are here for the Networking to Network and Unlocking Powerful Connections. I am really, really excited that you're here. So my name is Jacqueline Strominger, and I am a business and career coach. I have thought I would actually give you a little bit of information about me because you're probably wondering, like, who is this woman and why should I be listening to her? Well, as I said, my name is Jacqueline Strominger. I have 20 years in consumer marketing, and I started my journey into entrepreneurship in 2007. I have grown businesses. I have sold a couple of businesses. I have grown some big teams, and I truly believe I have mastered networking, which has helped me with all of those things. It's really, really important. So I have to share early on when I learned about networking, it was through networking that enabled me to move up in my careers. It enabled me to transition into different careers. And it is how I ended up venturing and growing teams in network marketing. So during our time together, we are going to learn a lot. You are going to get tips on networking. You're going to learn how to make a great impression and how to start building deeper connections and how to follow up and turn those connections and handshakes into referral partners and clients. This is all about your personal brand and how you show up. Our personal brand matters, and we need to be thinking about that personal brand, and I will be reflecting on that as well. Okay, so I know a lot of us actually don't love networking. So raising your hand as to who is attending networking events. Yep, a few of you. So these events that you're going to networking and the tools and tips that I'm going to share with you also apply to those events that we do virtually, because it's about those connections. Now, I know this for a fact. How many of you actually really love networking? I'm actually one of them. I do like networking. But how many of you would rather watch water boil? I know there's about a lot of you that are in this camp, because networking can be scary. Walking into a room of people that you don't know, it can be scary and overwhelming. So let's get into networking and unlocking those powerful connections. So first and foremost, before we get to any event that you go to, we need to have a goal. You need to have a goal as to what and why you are networking. Are you networking for those referral partners? Are you networking to meet people that you can have meetings with that may turn into clients? Are you looking to grow a team? Are you looking to make new business connections because you might be new in an area? Or you are really looking to build and create more clients, which is usually one of the great reasons why we network and get to know people. But creating connections lead to learning about people, which then leads to learning and finding those new clients and business partners. Okay, so you have a goal as to what you want to do at this networking event. But before you walk into the networking event, and any networking event, you've got your goal and you're like, okay, I want to make and meet new people so I can grow my business. And I want to have more one-to-one meetings. Now you've got to go to the networking events. And how do you find them? Well, first and foremost, we have to research the places and the networking events that we are going to go to. Is a networking event that you're going to go to, is it really more of a bunch of single people drinking a lot of alcohol, or a single scene? Are those your clients? They could be. Or do you want to go to a place where it's a bunch of people and it's kind of more like a meat market? Or do you want to go to a networking event where they are high net worth individuals? Or maybe it's other sales professionals, or maybe it's people in real estate or finance. You want to research the networking event that you're going to go to. Because also remember, it's your personal brand. I've seen one too many people tarnish their brand when they have gone to an event or they've gone to a holiday party or they've gone to an event with their coworkers and they've maybe done a few things that they should not have done or that they wish they could take back. So think about your personal brand. It's important. So you've got your goal, you've found some great events. And by the way, you can research, talk to the Chamber of Commerce that in your area. They also know a lot of events that are happening, and a lot of times they are having events as well. Okay. So you've got your event, you've got your goal, you've got the events that you're going to. Now you're almost ready to go. But there's something that you really need before you step into the room. Actually, there's two things you need. Number one, it's a name tag. Tag it. Tag, you are it. The only label I ever like in the world is the one that we were given at birth, and that's our name. That's my label. My name is Jacqueline, and I want it to be labeled as Jacqueline. So I have a name tag. Your name tag goes on your right side. And why does it go on your right side? Because when you shake somebody's hand, it's right to right. It's not looking over like this, right? You're not trying to like, oh, what's your name? No, hi, my name is Jacqueline and your name is Susie, right? So you get to shake the hand and you get to look directly at it, at the person as you're shaking their hand. Now, so you want to shake the hand. You got your name tag. Now, if you need a place to get a name tag because you don't have a name tag, and those sticky name tags, as much as those are fantastic, they're going to go on our clothes. They could, depending upon what you're wearing, they don't always stick. Zazzle.com is a great place to go to get name tags. You can get them inexpensively. They look great. And guess what? You can get a few of them. I highly recommend more than one name tag. Okay. And just think, if you're going, just think of how great it is to have a name tag. You go out to a shopping event or something like that, and you leave your name tag on, you might meet somebody else because then they can see your name. Okay, so now you've got your name tag. Now you're going to show up. You're about to walk in the door. But before you walk in the door, a couple of things and tips to know. Number one, whatever happened during the day, whatever happened last night, whatever argument, garbage, luggage happened, leave it at the door. Don't bring it in. Walk in with a smile. Walk in pumped up. Walk in with high energy. Our energy and our vibe attracts our tribe. Yes, misery loves company, but misery is not the company that you want to keep at a networking event. You want to be with uplifting and people that are smiling. So if you need to listen to some great music, I was born in 1968, and guess what? I like the 70s and 80s. Yes, kind of the 90s, but I really love, give me some Prince, give me from Donna Summer. I'm good to go, and I'm going to be pumped up. I love good music. Now I got a smile on my face. I'm going to walk in, and I'm showing up with energy. So again, your vibe will attract your tribe. Now, you walk into a room, you're smiling, you're pumped up. Here's the scary part for a lot of us. We are walking up to people that we don't know. You're at a networking event. The idea is to meet people you don't know. You might come with somebody, but this is not a dating event. You're not having a wing person on your side to rescue you. This is a networking event for you to connect with people you have not met before. Okay. So that's the scary part. But here's a tip to help you overcome that fear. Right? depending upon where you're going, use the location of where you are as an opportunity to ask a question. So, for example, there's a networking event that's happening tomorrow night. It's at a local Mexican restaurant. So, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to say to somebody, "Hi, Jenny. My name is," and I'm going to say that because I can see their name tag. "Hi, Jenny. Oh, nice to meet you. My name is Jacqueline Strominger. This is such a great restaurant. Have you ever eaten here before?" She's going to answer. So it's Mexican food. So are you a beer girl, cerveza, or are you a margarita? Start asking questions. Have you checked out the food? Oh, you know what? They've got some really interesting dishes here that are really, really, really different. Do you like eating different food? Adventurous eating? What's the craziest thing that you've ever have you ever tried or eaten? Create conversation that has nothing to do with work. You might then ask, as you have had a little bit of conversation, so what's making you super excited right now? And they can start sharing what they're doing. It's really, yesterday's news to say, "Hi, my name is Jacqueline. I'm a business coach." No, we don't want to lead with what we do. We want to lead with questions, to be curious about the person that's in front of you. What can you learn from them? And what can you do to help the person in front of you beat their chest? This is not about beating your chest and pontificating about all the things that you do and how awesome you are. They can find that out later, but help them beat their chest. It's not about you, it's about them. Now, the one big thing about this is as you're standing in front of somebody, the one thing that's really difficult and uncomfortable is when you're talking to somebody and they're doing this and they're looking around. Oh. Be present with the person that's in front of you. Be present with that person. It makes people feel important when you're looking at them. Now I just want to share a little tip. If the person you're with is doing that look around, then you can interrupt them and say, "Oh, hey, Sally, it looks like you're looking for somebody. Is there somebody that you really want to connect with? That you're looking to connect, that you're looking to meet? Maybe I can help you find them." And put it back on them. So networking is about making those meaningful connections. And this is where grabby is not what you want. When you walk into a networking event, the goal is never to get as many business cards as possible. The goal is to have meaningful conversations and connections. The last thing that you want to be known as is the grabber. "Oh, I'm here to collect business cards," and then you're going to hightail it out. Because if you have all these business cards, you're not going to know anything about any of those people. You're not going to know what to follow up with. There is nothing that you can say that's going to connect you with the person or the business card that you have collected. So again, meaningful connections, quality over quantity, right? Quality over quantity. And as you are making those connections and you're learning about the person in front of you, when you are ending that conversation and you're going to start to maybe go to somebody else because you want to move around, if you say you are going to do something, you need to do it, right? So what does that mean? If you say you're going to call. If you say you're going to send an email, send an email. If the person that you're meeting with has a business card, does not have a business card, and you hand them yours and they don't send you an email like they said you're going to do, what are you going to think about that person? Right? Maybe not as highly. Or maybe you ran out of business cards and you hand your business card to somebody and they, again, they're not, you have no idea how to connect with them. Guess what? And you say, if you say you're going to call somebody, make sure you do it. If you say you're going to email somebody, make sure you do it. It's really important that whatever you promise, you keep your promise. It's really valuable. And you will be like, people will be like, wow, Jenny actually got back to me. Jenny did what she said she was going to do. You just elevated yourself up in the chain of people. Now, just, when you're leaving with somebody or throughout the conversation, think about the good that you can deposit on them. People love it when you give them a little compliment. People like to feel good. If we can elevate each of the people that we meet with a little bit more than when we first met them, we are doing something good. Deposit good on others. Filling people's cup is a really powerful tool. You might be saying something like, oh my God, Susie, it was so wonderful to meet with you. I really loved our time together, and you're a really special, warm person, and I really appreciate our time together. Or had such a great smile, and I'm so glad that I came up to you, and I'm so thankful for connecting with you. Be appreciative, give a compliment, deposit something good. Think of it as, what's the Yelp review you're going to give yourself on that conversation? You want the 5-star review, right? So we want to think about that. We want to think about depositing good. Now, part of that is also to be a monkey, right? We want you to be the monkey and have fun. Enjoy the process. Be playful. Networking is fun and it's exciting, and be curious. Be curious with others. So be that monkey and be playful. It's what you and how you are showing up is going to really matter. And that playful energy is going to come through, and it's going to reflect back in such a positive way. Now, the last thing on my little tip of being at a networking event is truly caring about the people in front of you. Thinking about ways that you can help and care and help the person in front of you and their business. Care about them. What can you do to help that person? The more you can help other people, it comes back to you in spades. And that's going to be a key thing, because it's going to also help you with the next biggest thing that you need to do, which is the biggest thing as to why you go to a networking event, and that is the follow-up. So if you can help somebody in their business and you care enough, think about that commercial, you care enough to send the very best, it's going to come back to you in spades. Okay, so you've met people at your event, you've collected 4 or 5 different business cards. Now what? How do we start unlocking all those handshakes and all these business cards into powerful connections? This is where the money is. In networking to net worth and unlocking your powerful connections, you go to a networking event and then you've planned that. Now, to get those powerful connections, to turn them into partners and clients, it takes more planning. You need to plan your follow-up. If for some reason you go to a networking event and you have nothing in your calendar planned for the follow-up, don't bother going to the networking event. If you're going to be at a networking event from 5 to 7 on a Thursday night, then you need to be somewhere for 2 hours. You need to block the time to follow up. You might not need as much time, maybe an hour, but you need to block the time. And it's not just one day. Follow up happens on a scheduled. You have to do some form of touch with those people every day. And I'll explain that in a minute. So you need to plan your follow-up. Now, you've blocked out your time, but I want to share with you a little tip on planning and how to get it started. This is what I love. It's like the jump for joy or the walk of shame. Are you going to like walk the shame and be like, oh my God, the next time you see somebody, I didn't follow up? Or, oh my God, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Or are you going to be like jumping for joy because you know that you followed up with that person and you're like, yes, I'm moving things forward. So here's a little tip. Right after your networking event that you go to, take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sit with yourself and those business cards. And what you want to do is you need to create, well, first of all, you want to take your business cards and you want to go friend and find them on one social media site. Pick Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you are, pick one. Don't friend them on all of them, but pick one and then send them a note. So that's number one. Friend them on social media. I personally, usually after an event, a lot of times I'll just shoot them a note and say, oh, so great great to meet you. And I'll friend them on Facebook. And then I might even ask them, hey, are you on LinkedIn? And just see if they follow what they answer. Most people are on one or the other. So when you're having that conversation with them too, you might ask them, hey, are you on social media? Which is your favorite platform? Instagram, whichever, LinkedIn. Ask them what their favorite one is. And then when you're going to follow them on social media, pick that one that they said. So again, think about that as a conversation piece too. So as I said, the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? And having a system is important. So when you get into your car, again, take the 7, 12, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, to take some time. And you need to take the business cards and write on the business card something about the person. Or you can I have a great system where it's a follow-up paper, a follow-up sheet, and you write their name, you write a little bit about them next to their name, you write where you met them, and then there's a checkbox as to when you put it, a date, when you actually sent a follow-up. Okay, or when you're going to actually do the more formal follow-up. So put that information down there. It's a great system to have. If you want it, just let me know. I will share it with you. I also have a really great follow-up folder system that I work and use with, and it's a technique that I teach to everybody in my Unstoppable Achievers program. That Unstoppable Achievers program is just a great way to unlock and grow your business and reach your goals and just really map out your greater success. It's a great system. So I have this great folder system. I share it with the people in my Unstoppable Achievers program, but everybody in that program will also get the follow-up sheet that I mentioned. And I'm happy to send the follow-up sheet to you for you to use. Just let me know if you would like it. So following up is important. And this is something that's really what I use in my sheet to follow up is a touch system that includes about 6 touches a week to the person, your prospect. And the reason why it's 6 touches is because on average, it's going to take between 6 and 12 touches for someone to get back to you. Yeah, that many. That's 6 to 12 touches to get back. You have to think about it. Most people don't follow up. Some people follow up once. Some people, on it gets lower, follow up twice. And that's it. But it actually takes 6 to 12 touches. So if you are going to follow up, you need a system that you can put in place to follow up with those touches. And my folder system is, it's an easy way to do that. So you've got your follow-up system, you've put these people on your sheet of paper, and then the next day you are blocking out that time to email and to text or to phone call and email. 2 things. So 2 touches. It's an email and a text, an email and a phone call. And those are short. It's like, hey, Jane, so great meeting you last night at the blank networking event. Would love, as we discussed, set up a time to grab a cup of coffee. Let me know what works for you. I'm going to shoot you a quick email with my calendar link. I can't wait to get a time for us to get together. Shoot them an email, quick, sweet, great meeting you. Here's that calendar link that I mentioned. If you send them a text, hey, Jane, it was so great meeting you last night. Hey, I just sent you an email with a calendar link. Looking forward to getting together with you. Quick, short, smooth, to the point. Do not write a book. People do not have time for books, particularly not on text. We don't even have time for books on email. Like being quick, short, to the point. Setting up a meeting, setting up a Zoom one-to-one. What is your goal? What is your goal for that next step? Is it a meeting? Is it a referral partner? Use that in your follow-up and reference something that you learned about them. Hey, Jane, it was so great meeting you last night. You know what? We're going to have to go out for those margaritas since we both love margaritas. Use something in that you remembered about the person. Look at your cards, look at your sheet, something that you wrote down about that person, and so that they will also remember you. Reflect on your conversation and reference something in your email to them. Phone calls and texts need to be short, really short. So in my follow-up system that I share, even if it's you're just using this on paper, you're going to follow up 2 more times. And that 3rd time is the sort of the breakup in a way. It's I am so sorry that we keep missing each other. I will reach out to you next month unless I hear from you first. So you want to follow up. I like the process of, thinking of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Pick your time. You need 1 day for a break. So texting and messaging, and then that 3rd time, which is again 2 touches. I'm so sorry that we keep missing each other. I will follow up with you next month. And then you follow up with them next month. Again, what you promise you have to keep. So as you're following up with them, I always like people to think about a VIP experience. What can you do to set yourself apart from everybody else? If you ever watch Legally Blonde, she hands a resume. It's on pink paper and it's slightly scented. Sets her apart. So what are you going to do to create a VIP experience for your contacts? See if you can get their mailing address. Find out their birthdays, maybe their anniversary. Find out their spouse's name. How about even sending a thank you card? Hey, Jane, it was so great meeting you at the event. I'm so glad we were able to connect. And I look forward to more connections in the future. Sending a card. So there's a lot of great cards out there with quotes. So find some good quoted cards. Actually, I have a link that I can share with you of a whole pack of great quoted cards. I love them. So create a VIP experience for your connections. It will help make you more memorable. Now, as I said, in those conversations about caring about your the people in front of you, and you want to care about their business, you have to remember to think about their business and how can you help their business. That is important. What can you do to help their business? The more you can help somebody else's business and their goals, it's going to come back in spades for you. And then remember, following up, it's your business. It's your business is the one that you need to be focusing on as well. You're the one that needs to follow up. So if somebody doesn't get back to you, in 24 hours, follow up. Just because someone does not get back to you after you sent an email and maybe a text or a voicemail message, you still need to continue to follow up. That would be like going to a stop sign and never being able to move forward. No, you proceed. It's like the red light. Stop, you wait for it to turn green, and then it goes, you go. Just because they haven't responded doesn't mean it's a no. And if you get a no, by the way, you need to celebrate it. No's need to be celebrated. And actually, that's on my sheet in my follow-up plan. But remember, it's your business. And so to create this amazing connection and network of amazing people, you need to really feed and foster those powerful connections and keep touching people. Send out birthday cards. Send out a card because it's fall. Send out a card because it snowed. Send somebody a personal card. Just say, hello, I was thinking of you. The more you can create that experience, the more you're going to turn those handshakes and connections into partners and clients. So what I do, and I want to share this, what I do with my clients is I turn them into unstoppable achievers. I have a great group. We meet on Zoom monthly and we work towards their goals. We work towards all the follow-up. We hold each other accountable. We work together. My clients that are unstoppable achievers see growth happening and see their business thrive. We have an exclusive Facebook community that is just for like-minded professionals who want to grow and get better and be better in their business. And we get to connect and share. It's a great, great group. And on top of that, each week, there are additional trainings that happen inside the Facebook community. Now, every one of my Unstoppable Achievers also gets a monthly printable Unstoppable Achievers journal. It is a wealth of information and inspiration and goal setting that you can use every single month to move yourself forward and to elevate up. And everybody in the Unstoppable Achievers program also gets a free Passion to Profit strategy session. So I want to share this with you. If this is something that you would like to take advantage of. It is normally over $1,200 a month. And for you, it's $97. Scan the QR code and grab this right now and become an unstoppable achiever. My name is Jacqueline Strominger, and I want to thank you for listening and watching. Friend me on Facebook, and you can friend me on Instagram. Oh, and I'm also on LinkedIn too. And I'm happy if you can friend me on all of those places. But thank you for listening. And I hope that you turn all of those networking opportunities and connections into passion and profitable clients and partners. Thanks.